Alrighty, folks. Welcome to episode
11.
11. 11. 11 of Waves on the Shore. We're grinding,
We're
we're
a
back
bit
at it
Get
again.
it?
behind in the
That's
upload
better.
schedule, but as far as
Here,
recording
here with
goes,
me are the usual co-hosts, the man, the myth, the legend, Jayded, and then we got Evan, Overshore.
Yeah, that guy.
He's alright, I guess.
nice.
He's okay. What are we talking about, boys? What are we talking about?
Have I disappeared into the abyss, or can you still see me?
What?
My room is so dark, bro. It's unreal.
I said, what are we talking about? And Evan just walked away.
Oh yeah, we're doing a nighttime podcast tonight. We're recording
Yeah,
at
night-
11
Oh,
p.m.
yeah.
So we all shut our lights off.
We got some nice mood lighting in this episode.
I don't know if no light counts as mood lighting, but
I'd also do this and just like get rid of it entirely.
true. If I just completely just shut my monitors off, it'll probably go black. All right.
Alright, well, today, let's hop into it. Well, today we're going to be covering a couple of things.
Give a quick
Wait,
rundown.
Well, I think first, big. I mean, I was super excited. I know Tristan was in the. He's in the Overcord with us. He's a big Charles Wesley Godwin fan, and he dropped his new album, How the Mighty Fall, just a week or two ago, I believe.
I think it was.
And then-
yeah, 1.5. Not this past Friday, but the Friday before.
Yeah, and then we're probably gonna maybe touch on the CMAs a little bit, just give our
CMIs.
quick thoughts.
Little
CMIs.
Aussie love.
And then we'll hit the Taylor's Red version.
Focus.
No, Red Taylor's version. Jeez, let me
What
just
are you
scroll
showing?
real quick.
Taylor's red. I was trying to show the Charles
Yeah.
Wesley Godwin thing.
And of
Didn't
course,
work.
as per usual, we'll probably do bring your own. What are we?
I'm
listening
excited for Bring Your Own album this week.
to? Okay.
I have.
Okay. Evan's excited. Mine's kind of. I feel like mine's a curveball because
Mine's a heater. You guys are
it's
gonna like
music
mine.
I don't usually listen to, but I've been getting into it. Anyway, we'll get into that later.
Mine's a heater. I'm looking forward to this segment. Yeah.
Alright,
So
Charles Wesley Godwin, How the Mighty Fall. Let's
Yeah.
get into it.
I guess I'll
Let's-
kick it off.
Okay.
So this is an album I was really looking forward to. Obviously, he dropped Seneca in 2019, which friggin' slaps. This super rustic, super lonely feeling. Like, I feel alone in the mountains when listening to it, even though I'm in like the flattest place on earth. The biggest hills in where I am are like driveways artificially lifted, so flooding doesn't happen. Anyways, yeah. So then he comes out, How the Mighty Fall, in which came out, like we said, about 2 weeks ago. What were the singles? I heard Lying Low was a pre-release. There was one other, but I think I refrained.
Strong was definitely a single.
After Lying Low, I refrained from listening to the other stuff, which I don't.
Actually-
Yeah, the singles were Temporary Town, Strong, and Lying Low.
Yeah, I don't normally refrain from listening to singles, because normally it's on like a big album that, at least for me,
Sure.
it like to talk about it as it's coming out is big. Like if someone big is putting out an album, as a YouTuber, I got to talk about it as it happens.
Yeah.
So, but this one, obviously with a smaller artist, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let it. I heard Lying Low, and then I was like, I'm gonna let it hit me all at once, and it hits you all at once. I freaking love it. Do I prefer it over Seneca? Too early to tell. Probably not. Maybe, but it's darn close. I like how I like how much this album breathes. Whereas like I'll expand. Whereas Seneca, with like the depressing mood of like, you know, a town with a dying economy that's been dead for a long time, and just it's all about kind of like trying to find hope in such a dead area, like on hardwood floors, where it's like kind of getting any good emotion out of this sad town you can. I think How the Mighty Fall, where Seneca feels suffocated, which is a like in a good way, it feels suffocated emotionally. I think How the Mighty Fall breathes a lot more. I think the storytelling, especially on just drop my phone. Where's my phone? Especially on songs like Jesse. I don't know. I really like it. I think instrumentally, I freaking love it, and especially like my very first listen through of it, I walked around my neighborhood and it was like peak fall when all the colors were changing. And it was the cute little girly Visco post I put on the Instagram. That was my first listen through of it, and like, holy frick, did it fit the vibe. And I find I've been listening to it quite a bit, especially at night when I'm driving. My highlights, I love the story of Jesse. Of course, I thought I had it all figured out, and then Grady posted that one thing of like, is the narrator Jesse's, is the narrator the person Jesse's now with singing to her ex, or is it someone completely unaffiliated? So now I don't know. Now I have no clue which. I'm questioning everything I thought I knew about that song. Needle Fall Down. Something about Needle songs lately. We got Need a Needle by Joe. Now we've got Needle Fall Down by Charles Wesley Godwin. I just think it's an absolute banger. I'm talking a lot, but I'm just trying to get all my thoughts out at
No,
once.
it's all good. It's all good.
I think vocally, on the topic of Needle Fall Down, I think Charles vocally is a lot sharper, a lot bigger on this album. He goes for a lot more ambitious notes and melodies, and he hits them spot on. So simply from a performance standpoint, I think How the Mighty Fall kind of takes the edge over Seneca there. But Cranes of Potter, really well written song. Bones, another one of my favorite. Someone's gonna come in.
Yo, can we keep that in, please?
I'll blur out I'll blur it out.
Go for it. Go for it.
Dad looked in, and then he.
you can blur it and then just keep it in. Honestly,
Did he even say anything?
No, he just looked at me and.
That's amazing.
Anyways, what I was saying, I could rhyme off literally most of the songs and say, oh, this was a standout, because it is genuinely for me in contention for, like, you know, running for a high spot in my album ranking of the year. But Lost Without You, I find very catchy, always stuck in my head. Writing does not disappoint. Production, like I said, it's just personal preference. Do you like the rough edges of Seneca, or do you like the polished sparkle? Not necessarily polished sparkle, but the breeze, the cool breeze of How the Mighty Fall. So that's my thoughts on it. I think it's really strong. He probably couldn't have followed up Seneca in a better way, because it's not like he's giving us Seneca 2.0. It's not like he's just like giving us the same helping. I say that because I just listened to the Jason Aldean album today, and the back half of it's pretty good, but it's also like nothing he hasn't put out in the last like 10 years. So I thought it was a very strong sophomore album. If you are not on Charles Wesley Godwin, I don't know why you're not. Be on, like, listen to him. He's good. He's very good. All right, you guys can take center stage now. That's my long-winded thoughts. But yeah, I'm very passionate about this record.
You mind if I go and then you finish up, or do you want to go now?
I don't mind either way.
All right, I'll go.
All right. Go
Wow, I don't really know how to. First off, I just really like this album, but for me, it's weird, and it is too early to say like which one, like to compare them at least between Seneca and How the Mighty Fall. But the thing about, I've listened to this one at least 4 times now, and I will say that I think it's stronger as a whole album, just like sonically. Like you talked about how it's just more like refined and it just feels like it breathes better, and I agree with that, honestly. It's the first 5 tracks of Seneca that make me love Seneca so much, and that first 5-track run, I don't know if, well, and that yet to be seen, see how it ages. That first 5-track is still yet to be dethroned for me, because Windmill, Keep on Turning, and I love Cold Country. I think it's kind of underrated. Although it is one of the more popular.
It is one of the most played. But
yeah, but I love it.
Before you say it, Strawberry Queen.
And yes, Strawberry
might
Queen
be my favorite from Seneca.
Seneca Creek is my favorite. The 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 title track, Seneca
The
Creek,
rule
I love
of
it.
Seneca. Yeah.
But Cold Country and Strawberry Queen are both amazing. Windmill Keep on Turning is good, and so is Hardwood Floors.
I'm not gonna lie. Windmill Keep on Turning is one that I've never like. I don't know. I find when I go to Seneca, I honestly just start on Cold Country and go.
Hmm.
But
Wow. Wow. My thing with
wow.
Seneca is that I love the first 5 tracks, but then I hit Shrinks and Pills, and I'm like, I don't hate it, but it's not my favorite.
I can see that. I
Um,
can definitely see that.
and I'm not a huge fan of the last bite either. But then Sorry for the Wait, Half a Heart, Pour It On. I like the last 5 tracks, and I like the first 5. It's those middle 2 tracks that I'm just not a huge fan of. I don't think they're
Mhm.
bad. It's just not my. There's something about them.
Yeah, I think.
But How the Mighty Fall, I guess I should talk more about How the Mighty Fall.
Yeah, the album that actually came out.
Yeah. It's hard for me to. I need to listen. I just need to keep listening to it because I really like it. The opener Over Yonder, I just really think is beautiful. I
Mhm.
remember liking Jesse a lot. I like the sound of Gaswell,
Yeah.
just instrumentally.
There's a lot more
And
like.
Cranes of Potter. Cranes of Potter is really good. I can't forget that. I really
There's-
like Cranes of Potter.
There's a lot more. I think. How do I say this right? In terms of like full band stuff, I think
Mm-hmm.
How the Mighty Fall is a little more like colorful.
It
Lot of
feels just more full.
yeah, it's more filled the space, whereas almost like, and hear me out here, because it's a really out there comparison. So let me expand. Seneca to me reads like Igor by Tyler the Creator, whereas How the Mighty Fall is like his Call Me If You Get Lost. Allow me to expand. Right, Igor is this like abstract thing that I have not gotten into as much as like people always praise Igor as like I'm sorry, I just haven't gotten into it, but it's like sharp synths, heavy drums, and like sharp percussion, and it's like these few rough elements come together to make the album. Whereas, where I draw the Seneca comparison is that Seneca is like some dusty guitars, some stomping percussion, some rough vocals, some like a very minimal, rough but effective palette that comes together to make the album. Whereas How the Mighty Fall features a lot more full. That's the right word. Full instrumentation. It fills the space with the variety. There's a lot of fiddle, a lot of steel, some more electric guitar. And like I said, I just think Charles uses his voice as an instrument more on this one, whereas Seneca, it's like the storyteller, where I find How the Mighty Fall, he really lets it go,
Yeah.
especially on songs like Jesse and Needle Fall Down. I dropped my phone again. I caught it though. That was freaking awesome. No look catch. All right. Yeah.
Jayded, the floor is yours.
So I
David.
didn't like it. I thought it was garbage. I really
No.
hated it. Here it comes.
Yeah, honestly, this one was pretty disappointing. Not enough depressing, just like lyrics about
Bro, we're
like
too much on
domestic
Jayded.
abuse and like not enough of that.
I need more economic failure.
All right.
I edit this podcast for you guys. Okay, so
Real quick,
I hate this
Overshore
album.
knee reveal. I just realized my knee is in shot.
Show me them caps, boy.
Bro,
We all showing
these
the
knees are
knees?
trash.
Look
These are the knees of a 70-year-old
these-
man. I've had so many issues with these
All right,
already.
Jake, let's actually.
Okay, Charles Wesley Godwin, Jaded's thoughts.
Whoa, are we not getting Jaron's knee reveal? Come on, Jaron, pull up. Here we go.
That is one fine knee.
Knee.
That's a good 8 out of 10, I'm not gonna lie. I think that might be the best knee on the pod.
So hairy you could braid it.
Just start talking about the album.
Wait, there's an album we're supposed to be talking about? What? Okay. Charles Wesley Godwin, How the Mighty Fall. I like it. All right. I, the first time I listened to this album, I was doing my usual listening to album routine, which is walking up and down the driveway in the dark. Except this time it wasn't in the dark. It was
Do you
like
have a long
midday.
driveway?
I have a long driveway. Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say it. Like, I have a very short driveway. I have like you can fit two cars, one behind the other. Like,
Yeah. No, I was just like taking
to
a few
walk up
steps
and down
turn
that
around
for
from
50
that.
minutes is long.
Just back and forth. Back and forth.
No, I probably have like a. It's a pretty long driveway.
Yeah, I guess.
Anyway, it's not like a mountain drive. We live on a mountain, but it's not like one of those those driveways that like just kind of go up into nothing. And you don't really know where they're going, and you don't really know if they're a gravel road or just a driveway. I don't know if y'all have those in Canada, but we
Yep.
have a
Oh,
lot
I
of
know.
them.
There's actually quite a few really close to me.
Oh, okay. Okay. But anyway, so the first time I listened to this album, I loved it. I got so in the mood. I was really feeling it. And like, you know, you look around, you see the leaves changing colors. You're just feeling it. However, that's if you're not in the right headspace, if you're not in the right mood, you're not going to enjoy this album as much. Cuz like I got immersed into this album, all right? I was knee deep, and I'm not 4'10" like Jaron is. Me being knee deep beats.
Bruh.
5'5" gang represent.
Yeah. Yeah. Short Kings unite. Hey, Short Kings, get in the comments. Attack.
Bro, no
Jayded
one gets in the
verbally. But
comments.
keep it PG. And
Imagine
yeah, no-
that. Just people actively avoid. I'll
No
turn
one
comments
backing
off
me
on
up.
this video. That's what I'll do. So no one can
Bruh.
unite. Continue.
I'm hurt.
What was the last thing I said?
You were talking
I
about
was
getting
I
immersed
was
in
knee.
it.
Yeah, no, I was knee deep in this album. I wasn't thinking about anything other than this album, and this album is really good at that. If you're in the right headspace and this isn't an album that you like just kind of put on while you're like cleaning your room. Because I tried to do that today. Actually, I was cleaning my room. I tried to put it on, get another listen, and I wasn't as into it. But if you're feeling them fall vibes, then yeah, put it on. It's fantastic for that.
Yeah, that
Great
cover.
lyricism. Yeah,
The
great
cover
lyricism
matches
overall.
perfectly.
Great lyricism overall. And I know it's very subjective, but I really like Charles Wesley Godwin's voice. Yeah, those are my thoughts.
I
Wait, real
definitely
quick.
grew to love it a lot more on this album. But I think
Evan, what do you think of the album art? I want to know.
me?
Yeah, because you're the album art snob.
I kind of vibe with it, honestly. Especially with how much it fits the sound of the album. And
I
I
mean,
want
I
to,
love the fall look of it.
yeah, and I want to touch on what Jayded said because I think, kind, I agree with it fully, and it's kind of like where I just happened that my first listen through was in the perfect like atmosphere. Like I'm just walking around a massive empty field surrounded by orange trees, and it was like awkwardly warm too. So I was like just chilling completely, and it hits so hard when you're in that mood. And even then, like I find driving around at night, like if I'm driving somewhere and it's dark out, putting this album on also really freaking slaps. But walking through the halls of school or like doing work like you said, it doesn't hit the same. But when you get the right environment to listen to it, not many will hit harder.
Yeah, I agree fully, for sure.
So
It's just a really vibey album, you know.
it is. It's like how I'm not gonna be listening to like. I thought I could get an example off the top of my head. Wow, my brain failed me.
I like how you went into that with full confidence. You were like, it's like.
I
and
thought
then
I'd be
it
able to
just went
grab something
nowhere.
out, but dang,
Man, just.
I have failed. I've completely failed. Hold on, no.
Not surprised. quite
Just
frankly.
scrolling through his Spotify now, trying to find
My Apple
something,
Music.
anything.
Remember, I'm a bad person.
Oh yeah. Yeah, true.
Hmm. It's like how I'm not gonna listen to 24 Karat Magic by Bruno Mars when I'm trying to be sad.
Yeah.
And the reason I bring that up is because Silk Sonic just dropped the album of the year. They did.
I haven't listened
Actually,
to it
Billy
yet.
Currington did, but it's okay. You could be wrong.
No, Jameson Rogers did. It's
Bro,
the,
did y'all
definitely
hear
the
that
best
Clay
album.
Walker though? Anyways, yeah, bro. Like, if this wasn't a, if I was not a country music YouTuber, I would probably have like 55, 75 videos dedicated to Silk Sonic by now. But that is a discussion for another time.
We'll
So,
see.
Taylor Swift, you might know who she is. I didn't realize how friggin' big she was. She has 180 something million followers on Instagram. What?
They're
She
talking
is
about how
very
she
big.
is.
I did
Taylor
not.
Swift is-
I don't know what world I've been living in, but I
Taylor Swift
didn't
has
realize.
always
How,
been massive.
I just didn't realize like how frickin' everywhere she is. Anyways, she made a bunch of music when she was younger. She was with a label. She grew up. She said, "Frick you," and the label said, "Okay, we still have the rights to your music." So she said, "Mega frick you, I'm just going to re-record it and make it better." And so that's what she's done. She did Fearless earlier this year, which I thought was really well done. And she's added some Vault songs. Mr. Perfectly Fine being the certified hood classic of the Fearless Vault songs. And now she's back with Red. She's come at us with Taylor's version of Red. She's done some things. And first things first, haven't gotten all the way through it yet. You want to know why? Because it's 2 hours and 11 minutes.
Yeah, well, it's
What?
30 tracks long, and the last track is the 10-minute version of All Too Well.
And then the like 20-second message from Taylor, where she's just like, "These are the 30 tracks that were meant to be on Red. I love you." And it's like, that's all it is.
I don't see that. Is that on app? Is that like a separate? Is that its own track?
Yeah, 31.
It's not. That doesn't exist on Spotify.
Musically and lyrically,
Wait, what?
Red resembled a heartbroken person. It was all over the place.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. That's interesting. I had no idea. That's
Interesting.
It's
well,
not on Spotify.
Yeah, bro.
Well-
I tell you what, though, real quick. My thing's not going to be able to
it's
focus.
Just not there on Spotify. Yeah.
Cool. Apple's better in this regard. But, oh my gosh.
20-second thing that I would get annoyed that it exists there.
The
I don't know. I honestly am glad that it's not there.
Yeah,
I'm not.
it doesn't add anything, but
Yeah.
the titles, just like from a visual standpoint, when you click on this album, first of all, like,
Yes.
it's not gonna.
overwhelming.
I wish I could focus on this, but it's like Red brackets Taylor's version brackets plus a message from Taylor, and then all the songs they're like State of Grace Taylor's version, Red Taylor's
I love
version,
this one.
and then you like
Nothing new brackets featuring Phoebe Bridgers brackets Taylor's version brackets from the
Vault or whatever.
Vault brackets.
It's like, bro, what? What's this, bro? Like, I don't even know any. Like, the only reason I know Chris Stapleton and Phoebe Bridgers are on the album is because I've been told. Like, I haven't got to their songs yet. Like I said, I've only gotten like just about
I
halfway
actually haven't
through.
either, but I've heard people talking about.
I have too, but
I
it's
bet
just
you
like
about
it's just intimidating. Here's the thing, right? Red's kind of, at least Red Taylor's version is kind of all over the place. How you go instrumentally, because you'll go from like All Too Well in between
yeah.
I Knew You Were Trouble and 22.
Yeah.
So
I have, like I said, both of us have not listened all the way through this, but I've heard
No.
clips of the song with Chris Stapleton,
it's like charting and stuff.
and the clip that I heard sounded like it would be from like Evermore or like just not from Red.
I definitely think like
At the same time, but I also haven't heard this whole song. But at the same time, it's her vision, so like whatever you do, you Taylor. I'm not saying it sounded bad. I'm just like it does seem a little messy, but I need to actually listen to more of it. But there's two songs. I've actually only listened to two of the songs on this specifically because Red is one of my favorite Taylor Swift albums. And that's mostly because actually I just realized there is one song that I didn't listen to that I meant to, and I forgot. Anyway, I'll get into that. But my the two songs that I just sought out immediately once I got the chance like 2 or 3 days ago. The first song I listened to was "The Last Time," featuring Gary Lightbody, who is coincidentally the lead singer of Snow Patrol, who I talked about like 2 episodes ago, I think. I don't know if you guys remember that, but because I brought a Snow Patrol album to what are we listening to?
I do recall.
It's one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs of all time. "The Last Time," featuring Gary Lightbody. I love it so much. I think some people aren't the biggest fan, but it's one of my favorites.
They're
and
wrong.
then of course, "Everything Has Changed" featuring Ed Sheeran. Those are like my two. Those have always been my favorites from Red. The two duets, I love them.
Yeah.
And then "Stay Stay Stay" is like my favorite song on Red that isn't a duet, but I haven't listened to Taylor's version, so I don't have any thoughts. But I love the Taylor's versions of these songs. The vocals are very obviously redone, and it just kind of adds more to the song, I guess. It just sounds better.
My oh
love
my, am I about to make an enemy?
Do you hate The Last Time?
No.
Do you hate it?
I was going to say until you, once I got the chance, I was going to say this, and then you kind of said a very conflicting argument or statement.
Okay.
Of the songs, I've gotten, I don't, maybe I haven't gotten to "The Last Time." I'm looking at the track list, but at the moment, like, they're redone versions. I kind of vibe with it. Vocals, I think, are a bit better just because Taylor's voice, I think, is aged really well. The only strong feeling I have, positive or negative, is I hate "Stay, Stay, Stay."
But I haven't listened to the redone version yet.
Doesn't matter,
Sorry.
bro. I hate that song.
You hate it no matter what.
And, like, the Taylor's version, bro.
Why do you hate it?
Look, first of all, I'm going to be very honest with you. I forget
It's a
how
ukulele
different.
white girl song.
I forget how different the original is because just the torture that is Taylor's version of it is just stuck in my face.
Why is- I need you
It
to
sounds,
tell me
bro.
why.
It sounds like "Stay, Stay, Stay." Taylor's version sounds like the backing track to the most obnoxious cruise commercial, where it's just slow motion footage of everyone having a good time with like Mickey Mouse on a water slide, and then not a single line. This has always bugged me. Not a single line in that chorus rhymes. She just repeats it. Let me pull up these lyrics to you, right? This like actively bugs me. It bugs me, bro. Like, "Stay, stay, stay. I've been loving you for quite some time. You think that it's funny when I'm mad, but I think it's best if we both stay." Shut up. Shut up. I'm listening to that, and I'm like, bro, like, I'm driving my car, right? And I was listening to this, and I was like, give me a telephone pole to just veer into at the moment.
Dang,
Like,
this song makes me so happy.
no, it does not make me happy. It makes me like,
I'm not even kidding.
bro, I'm sorry I'm ripping into it so much, but like, it makes me sad to exist. Like,
I'm struggling to. What about? Is it just the lyrics?
it's just, I find it like, and I get the like childish energy of it.
It's supposed to be like infatuation, like it's the
I know, and I can appreciate some songs like that, but this one just, it bugs me. I find it just obnoxious, and the lyrics don't help their cause.
Okay.
Maybe if I
I've just
listen,
always loved it.
maybe if
It
I put
sounds so
myself through
happy.
capital torture more times, I'll be able to respect it.
I'm listening
But-
to the redone version right now, and it's good. So.
No, it's not.
Yes, he said straight faced sunglasses. He goes, no, it's not.
It sucks. Um,
Wow, the fact that you hate it that much.
bro, it's one of those songs that just bugs me, and like, you know,
Wow.
I
I
I
mean,
have
I'm
my
okay with it.
reasons
I'm
as
not
to
a.
why I dislike it, but I also think it's a matter of just some songs just like click with you, and this is one of those ones that's the opposite. It just anti clicks with me. It's just
There's a
something.
laugh at the end of the original version of Stay. Did she redo it? Do you know? She laughs at the end of the
Oh,
original
I
track.
think she's still. Don't quote me on that. I'm not gonna
Okay,
lie.
I'm almost to the end.
I haven't gone back to to the song after,
Why not?
but
All right, fine. What do you think of the duets, though? I'm curious because I love those.
like I said, I
Or have
haven't got that
have you actually
far.
heard them?
I haven't got that far into them.
Okay, then don't worry about it.
I've only done like I thought I got like halfway. Looking at it, I've only got like a third
If
of the way
you're like,
through.
if you tell me everything has changed and the last time are both bad, then you should stop.
No, I probably won't. But yeah. And
Alright.
also the one thing I realized like through these Taylor's versions of Fearless and Red is like Taylor's one of those people that like um once I got my hands on like Apple Music and stuff and like streaming where I can listen to whatever I want like in the last like 4 or 5 years whatever. Taylor's never been one of those people that I've necessarily like listened to all her albums. It's not like I had a Taylor Swift CD growing up.
Sure.
And so even from like just recency bias or just the fact that they were kind of almost the first albums that I went front to back with her is like Lover, Folklore, Evermore. So I've kind of cleaned to that sound. But like going back through these Taylor's versions, it's such a nostalgia hit because I realize how many like songs she has that were just on the radio constantly.
Yeah.
Like I hear We Are Never Getting Back to that We Are Never we are we are never ever getting back together. And it's like I haven't heard that song in like 7 years and I know every word. And I'm just screaming along to it in the car like a friggin' child. And it's just that's one thing I've learned since these Taylor's versions have kind of like inspired me to like go back and listen to her old stuff. And it's such a nostalgia hit. And it's just like, holy frick, I forgot this song
Yeah.
existed, but I can still remember every single line of this song.
Mm-hmm.
And so that I think is kind of cool. So
Yeah,
I look forward to getting through the rest of this. I haven't got to the 10 minute of All Too Well yet because I want to give that like
Yeah.
a proper listen.
But
Whereas
wait,
most of
Speaking
the
of All Too
listens,
Well,
yeah,
I haven't listened to Taylor's version, but the original version is one of my favorite. For a very long time, it was just one of my favorite songs of all time. When I was a lot younger, I love that song. So like, what did you like? What do you think of All Too Well? Like, just in general, not even specifically Taylor's version. I'm just curious.
in general. So flashback to March, maybe, sometime earlier this year. I did a breakup video with Cyrus of like some of the best breakup songs, and he had All Too Well as like number one undisputed. Don't question me, and I was like,
Huh.
okay, it's your video, so I'm not going to. And
You did a breakup video with Cyrus? Like a vlog? We broke up. Dramatic. Not clickbait.
We broke up. Oh my goodness.
Anyways, I listened to it, right, and I had heard it before, but like not in a while, and I went
Mhm.
back to it, and I was like, yeah, like, it's pretty strong, but I didn't necessarily see where the like this is the best breakup song ever came from, and but now like that I've listened to it more since, and especially with this new version of Red, I've gone back, not the 10 minute yet, but the whatever, like 6 minute or 5 minute. That one I've gone back to a few times, and I'm starting to see more of like how it's a cut above the rest. It's so freaking powerful, and especially like every time I listen, I pick up on another like little lyric that I like, and yeah, I think Taylor's music is a lot of Taylor's music. I have to give a few listens and then I'll start picking up on different things that make me enjoy it even more. Most evidently with her 2020 album Folklore, which I'm actually doing a school project on, fun fact, which I might end up posting on the channel. I probably will end up posting on the channel because I think it's kind of cool. It's in Comtech, which is like communication tech, which like I'm doing motion graphics, so just kind of like animation stuff, and I needed something to talk about to animate, so I chose to do an analysis on her album because Folklore has like there's so many things you can connect there, and I loved it when it came out, but it's actually like grown on me to the point where if I want to talk like top 10 albums for me just ever, it's like looking at an honorable mention. So anyways, yeah, Taylor's music is it grows on me. It really does. But Stay won't. It won't grow on me.
It might, part of it might be nostalgia for me, but I
and that's fair, and I can't argue that.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The critic in me, the lyrics aren't like that deep, but at the same time, it's just a fun song that just kind of makes me happy.
Yeah, and like that's the thing is I don't want to be like I don't want to be the fun police and say, well, the writing sucks and this part of it's kind of childish. Like, you know, I'm gonna give this a Fantano, not good. Like, but I don't want to be the fun police. But just even like from an enjoyment standpoint, listening to it, it's too happy for me. It's too bubbly, and I'm just there like it's just not it. It's just not it. Stay.
All right,
Shut
we'll
up.
probably wrap it up because Jayded is currently dying because he's tired of us talking about Taylor Swift.
CMA Awards.
Yeah, why don't we do CMAs and then
They happened.
CMA Awards.
We'll bring our albums we've been listening to.
They occurred. The CMAs.
I did look at the winners. I should actually probably pull that article back up.
54th, 55th? I think it was the 55th. What was it? 55th Annual Country Music Association Awards. They happened. They went down. Things happened. People won the awards. People were nominated. People complained, as people do, because it's an award show, and the winner is never allowed to be. Whoever is chosen to be winner is not allowed to be content. You're not allowed to like the winner, because that's just how award shows work. Even if the person you're rooting for wins, you have to argue it. Everything has to be an argument with award shows.
I think we should start by just kind of discussing, and you talked about this in your CMA video that you posted about like a week ago or whatever. I think, like, I honestly could have seen.
Oh, it's the third time I've dropped my phone. Oh.
Nah, I could have seen any of these albums winning, honestly. Honestly, and I'm a big Brothers Osborne fan, so I kind of am always in their corner. And I know in your video you said that you're not sure if the album is like as high as the other one, which is fine. But I honestly, I love that album, so if it had won, I would have been extremely happy. But I'm also a big rock guy, so that's where that comes from.
It is. Don't get me wrong. It is a very strong album, and I think Brothers Osborne are also just like a really easy duo to root for too. They're just such genuine guys, and especially TJ's had a pretty cool year coming out and all that jazz. Big respect. So really easy like to root for those guys. And it is a very strong album, but just looking at the nominations.
Oh sure. They also every other album is also
very good. So it's like if I had to.
The thing is,
would I wouldn't.
Starting Over deserve to win.
Yeah, I wouldn't be up in arms if like, Brothers Osborne won. But if I had to like expend one from the list, it would probably be that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't be up in arms, but I wouldn't be up in arms like I was in 2019, bro. And you talked about this in your video, but it makes me so upset.
Oh, bro,
like
that category reeked. It reeked. My friend uses this term. Bro, my friend uses this term.
Girl and Cry Pretty and what is it? I don't even remember the
Dan and Shay.
And then there's it was Center Point Road. Like, are you kidding me?
Bro, hold on. Like,
it hurts me. It hurts that Desperate Man didn't win. Like that was easy. It
like
should have been easy.
my friend uses this term all the time, and it's hilarious. But you look at the 2019 nominations. That category hoons. It's a hooner. It reeks in every regard.
It's a hooner.
Yep. I don't know where it comes from, but he's just like, if we're playing games and stuff and he messes up, he's, oh, I've had a hooner. I don't know where it comes from, but it's awesome.
Jayded, are you still alive?
Yeah.
You just haven't talked in a while.
Yeah, bro. Look at this. It's a crime. I know
Yeah.
Jaron already said it, but I'm going to reiterate it because it's that much of a crime. Center
There's an
point.
intruder in your house.
What?
There's an intruder in Jaron's house.
What?
Did you not see that, Evan?
Do what?
No.
My roommate's on the couch.
The-
What do you?
The light just turned on it and the side.
Oh, it's the portal.
I get it.
The portal.
Center Point Road, Thomas Rhett. Look,
Is bad.
there were some fun moments. There were some cool songs on there. But let's take a step back. Wasn't great. Dan and Shay. Self-titled album. What? Come on now. Can we name a single song from that album that wasn't a single? Can the people that voted it album of the year name a single song that isn't Speechless from that album? Or Tequila? No, they can't. You've never heard Make or Break. Island Time. No one's ever heard these songs. You wanna know why? Wanna know why? Because it hoons.
Tell me,
It
tell
hoons.
me why.
I'm actually curious. So, Desperate Man came out in 2018, but I think it was like late November, so it was like
Yeah.
after the CMAs.
Yeah.
And that happened, so it was up for nomination for the 2019 ones. I'm wondering, Port St. Joe by Brothers Osborne came out also in 2018, but I'm not
But
sure when.
when was that?
I wanna, because if that
If
got
it wasn't nominated, bro.
that wasn't nominated.
If this is after October, we're gonna have more issues than I thought. While he does that, Cry Pretty, Carrie Underwood.
Okay. It came out in April. So
Okay, fair.
I can't get upset.
Like, Cry Pretty by Carrie. It's just, look, some of those songs had some cool energy. But again, similar to Thomas Rhett, let's take a step back. Not that good. Girl
It was
by
garbage.
Maren Morris.
It was garbage.
Whoo! Where is it? Because I literally need to look it up. Again, can the people that voted Girl Album of the Year name a song that isn't The Bones? No, they can't. Okay? I can't name a single song. Right? It's just... And then Desperate Man. You're gonna throw Desperate... First of all, it's disgraceful to even put things like Dan and Shay's self-titled, Cry Pretty, Center Point Road. To say that Desperate Man is in contention against those is a disgrace.
Well, say that those contend with Desperate Man, I think is a better way to...
And then to have Desperate Man not win. And like,
Yeah.
bro, and I know, like, obviously we are all like Eric Church fans. And so you would say, oh, well, of course you want Desperate Man to win. It's Eric Church.
We're not biased. We just don't like bad music.
Clip that. That is
We're
one of the
not-
best things that have
We're
ever
not
been
biased.
said.
We just don't like bad music.
That's one of the greatest things to ever be said on this podcast.
Alright.
Oh my
should-
gosh.
We could actually talk about these CMAs.
Yeah, let's get to 2021 because it was better this year. I thought the nominations
It
were
was
quite
better.
good, especially for
Yeah, I wanna-
mainstream.
I'm really happy that Carly Pierce won her female vocalist.
Bro, when she's like
Uh,
crying receiving it,
Chelsea
everyone's heart melted.
Ballerini won two, but they were like not announced during the show. It was weird. It was like one
What?
of the awards that gets announced like before the actual show.
Oh
And it
wait.
was for like the musical event because
Yeah, yeah,
it
yeah,
was musical event with Kenny Chesney, and then also I think she got the best music video too.
yeah. Imagine that winning 2 awards and they're both the ones that don't get presented on the show.
Yeah, but actually after she won that, I was like, wow, I just realized I haven't seen the music video for Half of My Hometown, so I went and watched it, and I actually really liked it. And Half of My Hometown is a
I'll
decent
check it
song.
out.
Uh,
I thought it
I-
was quite good. The Kelsey
Yeah.
album, like, hear me out. For pop country, I thought the Kelsey album was quite good.
I actually
Um,
kind of need to. I haven't gotten around to it.
I haven't
I
haven't
listened
listened
to
to it in a while. I vividly remember my first time listening to it though. Because it was first COVID lockdown when the world had gone to trash. And it was like April, maybe May, I forget when the album came out. It was hot out and I was just lying on our trampoline listening to this album from my phone speaker. And I was like, dang, I kind of messed with this. Like as far as pop country goes, I thought her the way she blended them was really cool.
Yeah.
I think she got the girl energy just right. I thought it was good. I thought it was good.
Yo, Evan, I just looked up the track list for Kelsey, and at the top, the first song is Overshare, but I thought it said Overshore, and I was like, what?
I'm just that big. Before
Yeah.
the channel was even a thing, Kelsey Ballerini was naming songs after me. Is there a song named Overshore?
I'm sure there is.
Why?
What else happened? What else happened? Oh, Luke Combs got Entertainer of the Year.
Overshare.
fair.
There is. Colton Ford. I'm gonna DM him. I'm gonna buy the rights to that song.
Is Garth Brooks still like? Because he took himself out of the running last year, right? For Entertainer of
Bro,
the Year. Is he
who
still
is-
like?
Who is Garth Brooks?
Is he real?
Bro, that guy, he's kind of like the Kanye.
Oh, country music.
Where it's just like, just-
He's the redneck Kanye.
Garth,
That's a bit.
you do your thing. You can take yourself off streaming services if that's what makes you happy. You can try and run your own online streaming service thinking you're going to overtake Apple and Spotify. You can run it, which, like, come on now. Like,
Yeah, he's insane.
he's a bit weird. And it's like, the thing is, right? I don't have the full appreciation for Garth's discography. I don't.
I don't either.
Because, like,
I didn't really grow up with him.
yeah,
I
and
can
here's the
tell
thing,
you
right?
some
My
songs, maybe.
he was like my dad's generation. And he had a bunch of his CDs. But even then, Garth, not the greatest person, right? You know, obviously was married with kids and then decided, you know what? I'm gonna completely abandon all of you for Trisha Yearwood.
No, I
I'm
didn't
just gonna-
actually realize that was a.
Yeah, he was like married with kids and then he just cheated with Trisha Yearwood on tour or something. And so I believe anyways, I think that's how it went. And anyways, then my dad lost a lot of respect for Garth Brooks. Rightfully so. Someone doing that would lose a lot of my respect. So my dad just like never really played Garth Brooks around me when I was younger. And even then it's like how would I find his music if he's not going to put it on streaming services? I'm not paying $15 or whatever his crappy sketchy thing costs a month just to listen to Garth Brooks and 2 other artists that joined him. So yeah, I don't have the full appreciation for his music. I just see him as a guy who sounds like he made some phenomenal music. I've heard some songs of his. Like Frick Me, The Dance, and I'm completely blanking on one. I can hear it. Oh, good grief, what is it? The Thunder Rolls. Banger. Bit awkward considering how he essentially did what the song is about. So now I just see him as a bit of a weird guy. I'm sorry. So I don't know the whole Garth Brooks
Yeah, it's
situation.
weird. I actually looked up about his whole relationship stuff, and it doesn't seem. I don't know. I couldn't find. It didn't seem. There were like different conflicting things, and I was like, I don't know. It seems like a lot of it's kind of like not solid, but whatever. We don't need to talk about his love life because I don't care about Darth. I said Darth Brooks.
Darth Vader and Darth Brooks, bring it back. But yeah, I don't even know if what I've
Bringing
said
it
is
back.
entirely true. But like, I wasn't playing Garth Brooks as a kid. I can't listen to him now. How would I have the appreciation for his music? Now I just see him as a weird dude who pulls his music from streaming services and stuff. But we're still practically yet to talk about the CMAs this year. Frick me, my neck hurts.
We're an hour into this. So.
Oh,
All right.
wow.
Um,
Hold on,
don't
I
know,
gotta crack my neck.
CMAs were pretty good this year.
Yeah, a lot better than usual,
Yeah,
for sure.
honestly.
I feel like Luke Combs being
I need to
entertained
watch
of the
some of the
year.
performances because I actually haven't yet. Oh, and
I
Luke
haven't
Combs
either.
dropped that one new single, right? I did listen to that.
I'm back.
Yeah, if I weren't doing this,
Yeah.
What did I miss?
talking about Luke Combs.
All right. Yes.
We were just talking about how he dropped that single, and we were talking about I haven't watched any of like the performances yet.
I've
I heard
only
that there was
seen.
a good Chris Stapleton one. I haven't watched it yet.
I've only seen Chris Stapleton's,
Okay.
and it friggin' rocks, bro. He's got the live strings in the back.
Yeah.
It
When he
friggin'
played,
slaps.
when he played Starting Over at the CMAs last year, I loved that. Just him and his wife with the acoustic. I loved it. It was great. All right. Well, I mean, we pretty much said. I mean, with this one, this CMA this year, CMA Awards this year, were like, I don't know. I mean, to me, they were nothing really to complain about for me.
That's where I'm at. Like
Yeah, it was actually kind of good.
performances, the I've seen.
Didn't FGL perform?
I don't know. I've only seen Chris Stapleton's, and I've seen like clips and bits and pieces of others. Seemed pretty good. Crowd energy seemed pretty cool. Nominations were much better this year. Like, look, as far as a mainstream country music award show goes,
Yeah.
I think it did its job. I think it did it much better than it has in the past. And look, if you want to sit there and say Sturgill Simpson wasn't nominated for Tyler that, Zach Bryan didn't, they're not mainstream. Okay, that's not the people
That was
the
an
CMAs.
impression of me. That was me.
The CMAs. Like, look,
It was the
as
Jayded impersonation.
do I think that someone like Zach Bryan is a better new artist than someone like Jimmy Allen?
Oh yeah.
No. Yeah. Yes. Yes, I do. Obviously. Do I
Jimmy Allen
think
wins every time.
Every time. Every time.
Have you heard? Oh crap! I can't ever remember
Betty-
the names of his songs.
Betty James or whatever.
Betty Sweet Betty James or whatever.
I couldn't name you a
I've seen
single.
him live.
I couldn't
can't
either.
listen to his
Yeah, look, like those people like Zach Bryan, Sturgill Simpson, Tyler Childers, that whole indie scene, no, they're not going to get nominated for a CMA. The CMAs are like mainstream radio stuff. But as far as that, why am I blanking? Not area. Not category. As far as that scene goes, I think it was pretty well done. I think the nominations were solid. And yeah, and we got a new Luke Combs song out of it that was pretty freaking good. So, what more to ask? Actually, I know what's more to ask. My boys, the Gator Boys, they're still not winning Vocal Group of the Year.
The
Like-
Gator Boys.
Midland.
Oh yeah, well Midland never gets love at the CMA.
I know.
Love at the CMA.
You're gonna tell me Old
I wish
Dominion
they
won
did, but they
again?
don't.
When has Old Dominion not won an award they
Yeah,
were nominated
I
for? Like Midland put out like
I have literally no clue who Midland is.
they put out the Sonic Ranch, right? Old recordings. Then they put out The Last Resort, which friggin' rocked, bro.
Yeah.
Their old stuff, before they were even called Midland, was better vocal work than anything Old Dominion's done. Well, that's a
You're
little
gonna
far.
ignore-
Some
you're
people
gonna-
do is
you're gonna
incredible. But
you're gonna make some of the Old Dominion stands in the Overcourt.
they have a
love
very
that.
dedicated fan base. No,
They
Old
do.
Dominion, like I will always listen to Old Dominion when they come
I
out.
think Gunner is a big Old
Um,
Dominion guy. I think he loves them.
More
They've
love
got
to
some
Gunner
songs
then.
I like. I don't hate them.
The
But I
Old
like
Dominion for
Midland
me,
more. So.
yeah, Old Dominion for me is like healthy background music. But as far as anything past that, the only song of theirs I really go back to is "Some People Do," which is incredible. I love playing it on the piano. And
Shoe Shopping is a good song by them. It's not a single. Have you ever heard it?
oh, I can't exactly remember how it goes, but I know I've heard it.
It's a pretty decent song. My buddy Zach, who make music with, he showed it to me. It's a pretty good song.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do we want to go ahead and get into
Yeah, let's go ahead and
what are we listening to?
steamroll through whatever we're listening to.
Jay, did you want to go first?
Yeah, sure.
Go for it.
All right. So today I'm bringing not an album. I'm actually bringing a song. And
Bending
Just
the
one
rules, I
song.
see.
hey, when we started this, we said we could just bring songs.
We did. We
Okay,
did.
okay.
We did.
I'm going to. It's what's about to happen.
It better be an
But
amazing song.
I think you'll be happy with it, Overshore.
All right.
Can you guess what album it's on?
It's going to be one I just recently mentioned. I'm thinking it's something Midland. No, because you boycott Midland on the podcast because I like them. I don't know. Old Dominion.
I should
No.
switch the album I'm bringing and bring to Neil Town's Christmas EP just to spite Jayded because he doesn't like Christmas music. But honestly,
Who is
real
it?
talk, it's a good EP. What is it,
I'll
Jayded?
get to it. What is it?
So here, I'll see if I'll
He
mention the
just
name.
goes,
I'll mention the name. I'll mention the name, and I'll see if you know. Train Tracks. It's
Frank
by
Ocean.
Pierce Eden.
Oh,
Oh,
Pierce
wait.
Eden. Overshore.
Oh, it is.
You recommended me this album. It's off of his self-titled. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it friggin' is. I'm stupid.
Just to be clear, for you, Overshore, I love the album. Most of the album. There's some songs I don't like. I'm not a big Champagne fan, but but Train Tracks. God, Train Tracks. I love this song. Are you familiar with it, Overshore? Like, do you know what song specifically I'm talking about?
I do for the most part. I am semi-familiar.
Okay, well, it's the one that I keep coming back to. It's gut-wrenching. I adore the song. It really captures like a sense of madness in it. Just like a sense of heartbroken madness. And I've listened to it a whole lot. It's on 2 of my playlists now. It's the one that I keep coming back to for sure. And yeah, it's just I just came to thank you, Overshore, for introducing me.
all hail King
And Pierce-
George.
What can
And
I
Pierce
say?
Eden's voice is just incredible.
Tell
and
my mom
everything.
that.
I will. I'll tell her tonight. Don't worry about it.
Classic. I did put it on a platter for you. Cool. Jaron,
Alright.
do you want to go or me?
I can go. I don't
All
know.
right.
All right. So this one is I was probably gonna bring a different album, but then like 4 days ago, I was like, you know what, I wanna. For some reason, I was just like, I had given this album a shot like 6 months ago, maybe. I don't remember when it first came out. I don't remember exactly when, but it came out earlier this year. It's I feel like Evan might have heard of this band, Surfaces.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. Their newest album, Pacifico.
This is out there.
I've been. This is not music I normally listen to,
No.
but I've gotten big into it, like really big into it, and I just love the chill vibes. I don't like read into the lyrics. It's not about the lyrics when you listen.
Surfaces ain't it? Look, if you're going deeper than the surface,
Yeah. Yeah.
like
You're
what I
doing
did
wrong.
there,
Yeah,
surfaces.
I do actually like what you
Yeah.
did there. So, I I started coming back to this because I was just kind of I just needed some chill stuff. I needed chill vibes. So I spun this record, bro. I just really like it. It's all I've been. It prompted me to make a playlist called "Ope I'm Chillin'," and so now I'm adding like super like I've got a couple Khalid. I don't
I think it's
Khalid songs.
Khalid, but I will forever
Khalid,
say Khalid
whatever.
because I'm white.
I've got a couple Khalid songs in there. I added Ernest Locals Only album in there. Just really chul, bro. I can't talk.
Jewel.
Really, really chill songs this playlist. Anyway, but back to the album. There's a lot of actually, honestly, like a lot of these songs are just nice, chill songs that you can have in the background. But there's a couple of them that I actually love to intentionally listen to, and it's not because of the lyrics. Most of it's because the instrumental. Um, Let me think. It's track 8 on Pacifico. It's called "Feels the Same," and it has a feature. It's this guy who's his artist name is Public Library Commute, and it's literally
I
because he
want to
used
shake
to
that
work at
man's
a
hand.
library.
I want to
But
shake that man's hand.
it's a pretty cool name. But the song feels the same. I encourage everybody to give it a listen because the first half of it, it's about I think it's about 4.5 minutes long. 2 minutes in, the beat completely switches up, and it's like the second half of the song is completely different, and I love it. I love it so
Sicko
much.
mode, is that you?
It's one of my favorite songs that I've found this year, and I'm not even kidding. It's just let me see. Yeah, it's about like the 2 minute 10 second mark. It's it's so good. You'd have to hear it, but it's like almost like this musical journey. It's almost like this story of emotion. I know I'm getting super deep with this, but I actually genuinely think this song is like really really good. Even though the lyrics are not like super super deep.
Yeah.
The music makes you feel, bro.
Look, if you Surfaces
Makes
has
me
some
feel,
cool stuff.
bro.
If you, for example, if you dislike Sunday Best, you are the Fun Police. That's a great
I bet
song.
David, not David. Why I call you David? I bet Jayded
I like that.
just like Sunday best.
I think we stick with David.
David just called Jayded David for the. Evan said, "I like that. I like that."
I like that. Where's the Garth clip?
No.
The Garth
I
clip.
probably
I like
probably
that.
should mention because I'm sure there's some Thomas Rhett stands that are aware of this, but Thomas Rhett has a feature on this album, on the deluxe version of this album,
He does.
called
I
"C'est la Vie."
I think
And
I
it's
briefly mentioned this in my Thomas Rhett video where I said it's
yes,
funny
actually, I
that
remember you.
the song I
remember
like
you-
most from Thomas Rhett was a feature with Surfaces, which I
Yeah.
only found surfing Thomas's discography, and I was like, wait, what? He does a song with Surfaces?
Yeah, it's actually pretty decent.
Pretty good.
And also on the deluxe album, they have a song called "Sheesh," and they sheesh at the end.
No, they don't.
They do, and it's actually it's actually pretty good.
No.
Oh, they hold it for.
It's just like a quick. It's at the very very end. It's like it's
Like,
like you know how at the end of a song when like you kind of hear like the band like talking and like laughing in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's.
So they didn't
Sheesh.
hold a nice 30-second
No,
sheet.
it's not like they didn't auto tune a sheesh in like the middle of the song and like hold it for like 20 seconds now. But it's a really good album, honestly.
I didn't hear anything.
Also,
What?
Surfaces.
I didn't hear the sheesh. When is it?
What?
I went to the end of sheesh and didn't hear anything.
There should be one.
Like the last 20 seconds.
It's a Spotify exclusive.
Oh wait, my bad. It's at the very beginning. My bad. Just play it from the very beginning. My bad. I said end.
This shouldn't exist.
It's just a fun little thing, bro. It's funny. It's meant to be dumb. Anyway, real quick before Evan does his and we start to wrap up the pod. Their, in my opinion, their album art is kind of unmatched. Just with their genre, it totally fits their music style.
That's fair.
Like,
That's very fair, and it's so
the
consistent.
vibes of their album art is pretty good. I love it.
Yeah.
Anyway, check them out. Specifically, chill out. Oh my goodness, I need sleep.
Chill
Check
out.
out Feels the Same. All right, Evan.
Cool. Well, I have an album from an artist I'm very passionate about, and I've thought about bringing a few times, but I haven't because, and I thought about bringing it in place of Pierce Eden's. So Pierce Eden's was like a last second change because
Man.
he ended up delaying the release. So I was like, well, frick me. Or no, sorry, not delaying the release. He announced the release of his next album. So I was like, well, I'm not going to bring his first one if his next one's coming out in like a week. I'll just talk about the new one. And I will. And so it is from an artist named J.W. Toby, aka Josiah, who I posted his thing on my Instagram a few days ago saying, look at all these artists dropping on the same day. And Josiah is a guy that I have met. I know him. I've known him for a few years. He's like 25-ish. Anyways, he's one of the coolest guys I've ever met. And he has put out 2 albums this year. He just travels all around Canada playing music. And he put out 2 albums this year. The first one was Long Way Home, which was in April of 2021. And then he put out a new one just this past week called All Yours. Very brief album, All Yours. Well, both are very brief. How long is Long Way Home? Long Way Home is 10 songs and 32 minutes. All Yours is 9 songs and 26 minutes. But so very approachable listens, but he packs a punch. And definitely threw some curveballs on All Yours, and I've talked to him, and he said he wanted to try and incorporate some more full band stuff on All Yours. So Long Way Home is what I would classify as like alternative indie folk. A lot of acoustic guitars, a lot of reverb, some pianos, and then there's a few songs with some nice slapping percussion and electrics. But overall, it's like folk music. And then, so he came out with his new album, All Yours, and I was kind of expecting him, he started in this like alternative route, and I was expecting more folk because he was transitioning there. And then it's almost like indie pop on this new album, All Yours. And he really hits the nail on the head. But I still think my favorites are the most like folky moments, Blue Eyes and Who We Are. If you're gonna listen to one song from this album, let it be Blue Eyes. It's unreal. But also little interludes like See You Soon, which is like a 1.5 minutes long. Honestly, in terms of like beauty, musical beauty, this year, it's like Tilt Your Chair Back, Flatline Cavalry, 24 by Kanye, and then this, like, See You Soon. It's just that freaking beautiful. So, he's very small, but he's one of the coolest guys ever.
What was his name again? Sorry.
His stage name, J.W. Toby. Jayded actually looks dead. He genuinely looks like he's died. But yeah, be sure to check him out. I think a lot of viewers of this channel might like, especially his first album, which is a lot more instrumental. His second album, like I said, some curveballs with some synths, some stuff like that. But yeah, I think both are very strong quality over quantity listens, being very short. And Blue Eyes is one I want you to check out. So yeah, I think that brings us to the end. This felt very short, but at the same time, we've been recording for like well over an hour. So, yeah.
All right.
fancy
Well.
schmancy. Episode 11 of the podcast. In the books. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to comment what you thought. If you're listening to this, feel free to go to the YouTube and comment what you thought. Or just
Comment
DM us on
harder.
Instagram. Let us know
Comment
what you're
harder than
thinking.
You ever have before.
What?
I said comment harder than you ever have before.
That. Do that. And any last thoughts before I officially close it off?
I love you guys. I want you to know that.
I want to get married to every one of you.
Jayded's exhausted.
No,
All
I was
right.
specifically talking to you two.
Oh. Us.
Thank you.
us.
Well, I hope y'all have a great day. Signing off for now.
Man,
Until
all of a
next
sudden,
episode.
this just got awkward.
Adios.